What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We've got here a really lovely VF Ute SS Series 1 6-litre manual, beautiful car, really nice car, low Ks. And we are doing just a very basic complete exhaust and OTR on this car. So we're not actually doing a complete can kit on this one. So I thought it might be interesting to film this just so everyone that has, you know, a VF or a VE or whatever can see exactly what sort of gains to expect from these sorts of mods. Now, they do provide quite a bit of gains that we've seen in the past. Never really documented just these two mods alone though, and they are the most common first mods really to do. We've documented just exhaust before, so yeah, be interesting to see exactly how we end up with this thing. But yeah, we'll get some pre-runs in, start looking at fitting this stuff up, and then get it back on here and see what it does. Righto guys, so after dealing with a few issues on the dyno, we got it done there, but 318 horsepower. As you can see, stock tunes in these things are just ridiculously rich. They always are from GM, just so unnecessarily rich. But 318 at the wheels, that's pretty much on point. That's what the last completely stock VE made as well, so that's about right. Rex was saying, even in the guys that it's in completely stock, it's dropping down to like 92 kPa on the top end. So already, even with the stock exhaust, that standard intake is a huge restriction. So one thing I should add as well at this point is that if you're gonna do an exhaust upgrade on these, not applicable to Series 2 with the LS3, but on these things that have the DOD, you have to, well, you don't have to, but we do disable the DOD. From what our experiences are of putting exhaust on DOD cars, if you leave the DOD active, once they drop down to 4 cylinders on the highway and stuff, they drone terribly. So as you can imagine, you've got your 4 cylinders on each side. Obviously your headers are designed to match your high and low pressures. Once you drop the 2 cylinders on each side, it sounds pretty horrific and it just drones and it's not very good. So as well as obviously the tune with the exhaust and intake, we will disable the DOD in the tune so that it doesn't do that. All right, so Rex just corrected me. The DOD, although obviously all the architecture's there, was never active in any of the manuals. I was under the impression that in the VF, it was active in all the cars, but apparently not. So there you go, doesn't particularly matter with this one. But if you're going to do these sorts of modifications on your auto, we would also turn off the DOD for that reason. You can leave it on if you want. It's still going to do its job. It's just you're going to have to deal with the terrible drone and the terrible sound when it drops to 4 cylinders on the highway. All right, Bo's working through our OTR install. As you can see, he's got the old intake off and he's already got the replacement infill panel that comes with the OTR kit, which actually covers this hole that the airbox had. So these kits, guys, I've said it a million times, they are a no-brainer. If you are doing a OTR, there's just nothing else, I believe, on the market that is just such a straightforward, nice factory-looking fitting kit. The Harriet ones are really nice, but to my understanding, they are literally the exact same item, just different branded. So different strokes for different folks. If you want a Harriet one, put a Harriet one on, but I believe they are exactly the same item as the VCM. So we'll show you once it gets a bit further in. You got to push the radiator back. The kit comes with new mounts to actually relocate the radiator further back, because that's where the OTR actually fits down right there in front of the condenser. And then it comes with infill panels that infill both sides of intake kit, so that basically the whole front of the car is actually like a nice plastic cover, and it just looks like it came off the showroom floor that way. They are such a nice unit to look at. They look great in the engine bay and they perform freaking awesome. It's pretty much, yeah, it's hard to go past or bother with anything else. So as well as just having the OTR kit, we have opted to go MAF-less just because it's the way we much prefer to tune. It's the way we try and tune all our cars. We can tune MAF cars, but there's not really any advantage to doing so with the ECU calculations and the fuel modeling and these ECUs. With speed density, they are such a good performing car once they're tuned properly. Ultimately, it just depends who you're getting to tune it, what they rather tune. So guys, the exhaust that we have opted to put on this Ute is a Black Ops Performance exhaust. You've seen us install these exhausts quite a few times on quite a few different cars now. They are one of the cheapest on the market, and I know that that deters people quite a bit, but trust me when I tell you guys, we have fitted quite a few aftermarket exhausts from many different brands, and none of them fit up that good. okay? They are a mass-produced item. You're getting a huge amount of gear for what you're paying for in reality. You know, for what one of these complete exhaust costs from headers back versus how much it would cost just to even buy the materials to build one, let alone the time to fabricate something like that, they are cheap. They are dirt cheap, all of them. Now, Black Ops are one of the cheaper on the market. A lot of that's to do with the material. So Black Ops is a mild steel. Well, the ones we order from them are mild steel. I like the mild steel because it is a softer material, and that softer material I find gives these things a much deeper note. You don't get that real tinniness, you don't get that rasp that you get from a lot of 316 or 304 stainless systems. 409 stainless systems do help quite a bit as well if you are set on stainless. If you live somewhere near a beach and you do need that stainless, I suppose, resistance to corrosion, 409 is probably the better option if you want that nice deep note. The mufflers do make a huge difference. You can fit a stainless system. If you get the right mufflers, you can make it sound really well, but for the price of these Black Ops systems and compared to a lot of aftermarket ones we have fitted, they do fit up, you know, on the better end of the aftermarket exhaust. They are definitely one of the better fit ups. There are some that are just horrendous, some that are a lot more expensive that are still horrendous to fit. We do find Black Ops to be pretty nice to fit. And yeah, the sound is a lot of what sells us, you know. Obviously we're pretty old school, small block Chevs and stuff, how we cut our teeth. They're a totally different sound. Even the old Iron Line Holden with their firing order were just such a good sounding engine, and that's what we always chased. Unfortunately, LSs have always just seemed to be that bit more of a tinny, raspy, lighter note, which we don't particularly like. We always like to chase that real nice, deep, grunty note and have these things sound the way a V8 should. And we've been really, really happy with the Black Ops performance exhaust for that reason. So it's getting a Black Ops system, 1 7/8 headers, 4-into-1s into full 3-inch, dual 3-inch with high flow cats, and I believe we've gone center muffler and rear muffler. So yeah, this thing shouldn't be obnoxiously loud. It's not going to annoy the neighbors or anything like that, but it should just have that really nice V8 rumble deep sound, which is exactly what the owner's looking for coming from a stock V8 where it's a bit underwhelming. So here you go, guys. That's a finalized install. As you can see, with these infill panels and everything, it just looks factory. They look so good. Such a good looking modification. Righto guys, look how good it looks with the OTR and infill panels and everything. Bloody wicked. It perfectly matches the engine cover, looks so good. You can see our Black Ops performance headers down there. It is a little bit quiet. We believe once the mufflers pack out, it should open it up a bit, but awesome power gains. Really, really good gain from this thing. So stock 318, leaving here at 380. And Rex was saying it is actually getting 100 kPa now. So you can see how much that the factory intake was choking it up. And yeah, you can see just how much the stock exhaust and intake and tune leaves on the table for these things. So that's a huge gain for a relatively cheap bolt-on mods upgrade without even have to like having to open the engine or do anything. So you know, that's very impressive. That's a lot. Very good.
It's a pretty hot day too.
Yeah, that's rare. It is a very warm day today, but yeah.
Yeah, you wanted up the limiter a few hundred RPM because it just wanted to keep going. And yeah, it's good.
So stoked with the result. Happy for you guys to be able to see it. I know that after we did the chlorophyll VE wagon with just the exhaust, there are a lot of people that really wanted to see it tuned and then with an intake, but unfortunately the customer didn't want to go for it. So this is a really good indication of your, you know, just a factory stock 6-litre SS with just exhaust and OTR and a tune, just how much more you're going to get, which is, you know, that's heaps. Like even, yeah, that's really impressive. I'm really impressed.
It's pretty close to, so 320, just under 20%.
That's huge.
which is pretty big for such
That's
a
massive,
simple.
yeah. So yeah, 20% in this thing, that's freaking massive. What a gain. You know, you're gonna feel 20%. It's gonna be night and day, so awesome
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, look at this. Look at that sort of mid-range through.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Awesome
That's
stuff.
huge.
Very happy. All right, well, you can go home to its happy place. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this quick little short one. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, I'm still blown away by just those gains. It's insane. So that's what we're looking at from the back. Fresh tips, looking awesome. Thanks for watching as always, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Smash like, smash subscribe. We'll see you later. Peace out. See you. Bye.